Luna, we're gonna do an update on BTC because BTC is so OPP. You know how it affects other people's altcoins? Give me a howl. Three, two, one. Oh, oh! Yeah, give me a better one than that. Everybody wants to hear you this morning, Luna. Oh, oh! That's a really good one. It sounded kind of depressed though. Did your boyfriend break up with you? No? Oh, oh! Give me a good one. Oh, oh! That sounded so sad, Luna. You're talking to me again? One more. Say good morning, everybody. Oh, oh! She just wanted to say good morning to you guys. Oh yeah, now we're gonna look at Bitcoin. I am so excited that there's actually some really good news, guys. There's some awesome news. So I took a sleeping pill last night. Like, I didn't mean to take a sleeping pill. I meant to take like a daytime Tylenol flu pill, but I just keep mixing it up by accident. And I took it around 7 p.m. last night, and then when I woke up, it was like 9 o'clock. I was like, oh geez, I can't believe I passed out for 3 hours, right? And I look outside, I'm like, what the heck? Why is it so bright outside right now? And then I realized it's like, 9 a.m., not p.m. So I actually fell asleep for like 12, 13 hours, or 12, about 14 hours. I only meant to sleep for like 2 hours, but it's okay. Here we are, guys. Let's take a look at some Bitcoin. All right, this is awesome, guys. Okay, first of all, last night, if you guys remember, or yesterday morning, I was talking about some key points to make note of, right? I was talking about some key points. I'm going to draw my resistance a little bit different now, okay, guys? I'm going to draw it a tiny bit different like this. I was seeing it yesterday. I was considering it as some bull trap areas like that, right? So let's say we drew it a variation of this way where we consider that a bull trap and we finally break out of it there, right? So the reason why, okay, let me explain something to you guys in a lot of detail, okay? There are many ways to draw it. Here, you can draw it as a bull trapped region, right? Where some of it breaks out of it. This one doesn't look nice. Now let me show you guys how it actually looks really nicely on other time frames, okay? Take a look at this right here. On other time frames, you can see very nicely hovering above the 2-hour EMA. And clearly we broke above the 2-hour EMA right there, right? That's where we pretty much broke out of it. And that is also where we ended up getting into a more bullish zone. So right now, if we look at on this time frame, we broke out of the bearish zone right now, okay? And then we're actually more in a bullish zone now because we broke out of there. But now we're fighting with this support right here. We're fighting with this resistance support line that is still holding right now. That's awesome as support. Now take a look at this. This is what's going to get me very excited over the next few hours or days, okay? Right here, guys. I'm a big fan of trend lines, right? Yesterday, first of all, I mentioned yesterday. Hold on, I gotta get that back, that line. Right here, okay? I mentioned yesterday that we were going to watch to see if it falls back down to hover above the support line. And yesterday we talked about two critical resistance areas, right? Or support areas. We talked about it right here, guys, between like 12.2, 12.6, around the $12,400 range. Remember that? So it bounced off of there very clearly this morning already. That's awesome. So we needed to make note of these key regions as an upper support here. That would have signaled a really good entry if it bounced. And another one right over here. And we were also talking about where every time it got under $10,000 or near it, like right here, it ended up getting rejected right away. So because we know that's a lower support area, then this 10,400 range right here, and I got that from here, okay guys, 10,004. This candle right there, that's the low, right? 10,004. Sure, we broke a little bit below it, but only by a wick. So we could have considered this as a really, really good resistance, or sorry, support, right? So if we actually look at here right now, okay, guys, where I was talking about yesterday, 10,400, and also using this trend line as a resistance, which now turns into a support. Even before we got all this coming in, we could have said to ourselves that, hey, this is a very critical point because it's an apex, right? You can think of it as a double support, okay? A double support where 10,400 acts on it because it doesn't want to break down below this support and also this major resistance that is now a support as well. Every time you get two major supporting lines like that, you're usually in pretty good shape. Now, want to see something even more brilliant that actually gets me pretty excited? Boom, we get a third one right there as well, guys. So 10,400 was super critical. Now we're getting a sloped one like this as well, guys. Check that out. Is that awesome? Now, do you guys know what happens now? it's gonna wedge into here, just like that. Something is gonna happen, right? This acts as a major support in here now, or I should draw it a little bit better actually. So check this out. Now we're isolating into this region. The volume is drastically picking up right now, okay? I think we have officially stayed in a very neutral zone right now. Or not neutral, but we're entering into a very bullish zone soon, I think. And the reason I say that is because we're now squeezing into a different apex zone. We have now broken out of this bullish or this bearish zone, in my opinion. This 10,400 support holds, this sloped trendline support holds, this sloped previous resistance that's now a support holds as well. So now what I see on a 2-hour chart, and I'm actually getting super excited about it. I woke up to a really good time. Here, let me just close up my bitfinex here and just show you guys my moving average on there. Check it out. Check it out, guys. See, look, not only is it go Bitcoin. So I think we're on a tear, guys. Like, I think we are on an uptrend, honestly. I think the 1-hour one is literally just breaking above it right now with so much, or sorry, the 15-minute volume one. This one looks like it's about to parabolically move up. What I am waiting for, guys, I am so close to there. Maybe another 3 hours if it happens, okay? We haven't crossed above it successfully since how long, okay? When was the last time the 3-hour crossed above it? Since January 2nd. I am waiting for it to look like this right here. Okay, then that's when I'm going to be riding it and to see how far this guy can go. So we're almost there right now where it's about to cross over. See this? A little bit more to go. If we go on a 1-hour chart here as well, we're just about to see it fan out. If we get a little bit more movement upwards right here, and we're seeing like even 15-minute charts, it's entering a very bullish zone now, right? We made our very final correction down there. And I can't help but think that if we break out of this zone right here, this key apex zone where I see it all wedging in, right? There's a major sloped support line there. I can even delete this. You know, I can even delete this now that we've gone over it. I have no other region to isolate this to. So I don't know if we're going to break 1135, but what I highly recommend is for people to draw these supports and these trend lines the way I have them in here, because that is 100% with certainty the area that we are working with now. That is the range. That is where it's bounded by the range as well, right? This whole area here, guys. So I'm critically waiting to see if we can break above to get a fanning for the 3-hour chart firstly, and secondly, I'm specifically waiting to see if we can break out of this zone. The moment that we close successfully out of this resistance right here, out of this sloped resistance, is going to be a really good signal for me to start accumulating a lot of my alts like XRP. I'm really glad I didn't buy my Ripple yesterday. I could have this morning though, that would have been great. So guys, we might be very well wedging into this area and breaking out soon. 10,000, I can't really do an Elliott wave count. It's very difficult. I mean, the only thing that I can really whip up maybe is, who knows, maybe it's something like this, right? That's 4 right there. Maybe that really was 5 right here already that we just hit yesterday. That could have been very well it, guys. So now we have to modify our strategy and look at it from different perspectives. And I think a trendline support and just moving averages is absolutely going to be one of the best ways to take a look at it. And until we get some slight confirmation of an uptrend, then we can extrapolate further targets. But of course, if we break out of here, there are major resistances to break, right? There's a major resistance around 12,750. There's major resistance around 14K. And of course, all of these zones right here act as resistances, 15.2, 17. So that's pretty far down the road, but the first thing that we need to focus on is, will it break out of this key region? If it does break out of this key region, guys, we can expect a really nice uptrend. See the volume, people are getting very interested in it. People are getting super interested, especially in the past 2 hours. We see 3 solid bars here, guys. I really hope some of you got in on this one, right there. Like, I really hope you did. It would have been that easy by just drawing this sloped trend line as support right there. So guys, for the rest of the day, right, this is extended till the 28th. That's the maximum range this apex could reach. But for all we know, it could break up. It could break up even well before that. This could be very well the one. So of course, guys, if this does break down instead, we have to keep mental note of that range still, 10.4, if it does break down. If it does break down out of that one as well, we got to keep an eye on 10K. So these are just regions for us to keep an eye on if it does break down, because there's always the possibility of both, right? So if I go to the daily chart now, like it looks like it's about to cross over, guys. I mean, maybe in a day or two at most, right? Like look at this. Like the futures, guys, it's expiring really soon. It's later today, it's expiring, right? So take a look at this. It definitely wants to cross soon on the 1 hour MACD. On the histogram, or sorry, the RSI as well. On the RSI, guys, did we break out of there yet? Not yet! Not yet! Remember we were talking about this pretty much every single day? We've been talking about this right here, right? This pattern that is wedging so hard on the RSI, and you guys have to draw it in, okay? You have to draw it. It's poking out right now, just by a little bit, actually, okay? Is poking out just by a little bit right now. That's actually super exciting. If we break out of this pattern for the RSI, guys, it's going to be a complete change in the market. We have been in this consolidating pattern since December 7, guys, since pretty much it began, this downtrend. But now what we are also finding is a massive slope to support for RSI, where it is 100% starting to bullishly diverge. And we are reaching a critical point. And if this does fall down a little bit, this is going to be a super critical point in here for the RSI, because that's where there's an apex as well, right? So lots of good news this morning. I hope we still stay extra cautiously though, like we play extra cautious, you know. There's always the best way to enter a trade, in my opinion, lately is to enter after confirmation, because that's when you can guarantee that we are on an actual uptrend. Once we get a trend confirmation, it becomes a lot easier to play. So anyways, these are my quick morning thoughts on Bitcoin. I'm super excited about it, guys. There's going to be lots of plays coming up very, very soon. But please make note of this apex. Please make note of the 10,400 range and the 10K range that it could fall to if we do bearishly diverge back down to there and correct further. So other than that, have yourselves a great day, guys. If you like these kind of videos, I'd really appreciate an upvote on steemit, and make sure you also like, subscribe, and share to this stuff on YouTube and on Twitter. And once again, I am so happy, guys, that I just reached 40K as well for YouTube and Twitter combined. So thank you very much for all the love and the support. Have yourselves a great morning. Bye now.